Hello everyone, Livid here with my first build guide for Remnant. Do you like high damage, medium to long range combat, and a build that handles hordes almost as well as single targets? If so, it's time to check out Beam Me Up. Keep in mind that the armor for this build isn't fully upgraded yet, but still handles nightmare difficulty with relative ease. The first thing we'll take a look at is our handgun slot, where we're using the hunting pistol. While it only fires one round at a time, this handgun is the highest damage dealing handgun in the game. It is extremely accurate even at long ranges and quite often crits. The mod we'll be tossing into this is the Hunter's Mark. We want to use this to always keep track of enemies while also boosting our critical hit chance on all damage by 20% for 60 seconds. We end up having this almost continuously up and running. Next, we look at our long gun. Now we have two options here, the second of which we will touch on later on. The beam rifle will be our bread and butter for the most part, mainly used to burn down single targets with sustained high damage. It is effective from long range as well, and the longer you hold down the trigger, the higher the damage will ramp to. Its damage type is also radiation based, which will play into our necklace slot later on. Now for the mod, we will be going with the Swarm mod. Swarm is our perfect solution for dealing with larger groups of enemies, as it is able to swarm a single target or split up and focus down multiple enemies near it. If it kills an enemy and is still going, it'll seek out the next closest enemy and continue on. We also have the added benefit that it deals corrosive elemental damage, lowering our enemy's armor value. It is also important to note this mod's damage is constant and can also crit, leading to even higher bursts of damage. It has quickly become my favorite mod in the game, even beating out Breath of the Desert for me. Our melee weapon is the Voice of the Tempest. We use this weapon purely for its ability to attack from a fairly safe range, but also overload our targets and provide AoE damage in a small radius to handle large, weak enemy groupings. The armor set that we are going to go with is the Radiant set. Because we have so many sources of constant damage and a high chance to crit, we can rapidly build stacks of momentum to accelerate our damage, namely the beam rifle and the Swarm mod. Now the Storm Amulet comes in handy here by amplifying all elemental damage we deal by 20%. That means our beam rifle, our swarm damage, and even our melee overload. Factor that into the crit multiplier and our damage ramps significantly. For the first ring slot, Heartseeker can easily win a spot here. Striking the first enemy you see with the hunting pistol will grant you a 100% crit chance. This alone has led to just instantly removing an enemy from almost every fight. You can also substitute Braided Thorns here, but I definitely prefer Heartseeker, especially when we talk about our alternate long gun for this build. The last ring slot is a no-brainer choice of Devouring Loot. Even at just 5% chance for our critical hits to do 300% damage, we get so many crits that we can see a substantial increase in DPS, even sometimes landing 10k plus crits from the hunting pistol on weak spots. We also have a few alternate neck pieces. Leto's Amulet will substantially lower our stamina cost and encumbrance, removing one of the pain points of this armor set. It takes it from a heavy down to a medium, letting your stamina reserves go much farther. The other choice we have here, if you like playing more on the risky side of things, is the Vengeance Idol. If you can confidently play below 25% health, you will see all of your damage numbers increase by 50%. Factor that into crits, and boy is that a lot of damage. Last up, I mentioned we have an alternate long gun to use. The Particle Accelerator is an absolute beast. Not only does it have high damage with a quick reload speed, but its special mod fires a black hole to trap large groups of enemies or even single targets in place and detonate for 1500 damage. Now fun fact about that 1500 damage detonation, it can crit and get amped by your bonuses as well. I found this out by doing Singe with a friend. Fired a black hole at it when it had a bit over a quarter of its health left, only for the black hole to detonate and just instantly give the boss. It also charges super fast, often within one magazine worth of weak spot shots. So that is what we're working with in terms of gear loadouts. Trait-wise, I think we are at the point in the community where everyone is just trying to max out every trait. But a few ones that are absolutely essential to the build, I will put up on screen now and give you a bit of time to look at. Following this, I will leave some gameplay from Nightmare difficulty for you to see. The first one is clearing the subway, and the second focuses on surviving the assault on the Root Mother. I'll link time codes below if you want to jump to either one of those points. Hopefully this guide gives you something to work toward or just test out on your journey through Remnant. Enjoy, everyone.
This isn't looking good. That was rough. Whoa. It's over. I'm in trouble.
Prepare yourself. They come. The bonds begin to slip.
Yeah.